Welcome back to the Sonic Locker Room. This is Bill Walthouse of Sideliner Sports, and we're celebrating our 18th year, bringing you the best and the brightest from Eastern Jackson County and the metro area. And going to be visiting with our good friend Brandon Hart, the activities director from Green Valley High School. And a couple of weeks into a busy, crazy spring sports season, some nice 45-mile-per-hour winds, 70 degrees one day, 7 degrees. It's just crazy what we all have to deal with. How's everything going at Green Valley with the spring sports schedule?
Spring's off with a bang. I have to say it's probably the most active spring that I can remember with all the new programs that we have. And yeah, one day we have beautiful weather, the next not so much. Looks like we're going to get a little rain this week, which may change some things outside. But all in all, between baseball and tennis and boys volleyball and track and flag football, I'm probably forgetting one somewhere in their golf. There's a lot going on around here. But it's great for kids. We have a great group of coaches, and spring season is starting off very successfully here at Green Valley.
I'm covering Coach Randy Draper's tennis team tomorrow, and there are so many schools that I'm sure they don't really even realize they've got a tennis team. You go to a match, and there might be 8 or 10 people there, and when Draper has a match at home, they're out tailgating and ready to get going. And what's it like working with a guy like that goes from the longest sports season of the year with girls basketball, and then comes right over to taking charge of the tennis in the spring?
Yeah, Draper is definitely a legend here at Green Valley. He's built a tennis program that is one of the top public school programs in the state, I think. This year may be a tough year for our boys, but they will compete. And Coach Draper always wants to play the best competition and to help prepare them for, postseason play. But, they've had some injuries and lots of kids. But the one thing that Draper does is he builds a culture that people want to be a part of. Like you said, when you're tailgating for a tennis match, you just don't see that at other places. And we have great numbers, and kids want to be a part of the program. And so, he's a gym. Draper's a gym. And so having him lead our tennis and our girls basketball program we're lucky to have him.
Oh, boy. I'll second that. I was looking at the schedule of the Kansas City Royals, and the Milwaukee Brewers are going to be in town this upcoming weekend. But Jacob Mizorowski, the Green Valley grad who opened the season for the Brewers through 5 shutout innings with 11 strikeouts, isn't going to pitch in Kansas City. And, I'm disappointed, but how cool is it to know that a kid that lost his senior season because of COVID is now, he's an all-star last year after 4 starts in the big league. How cool is it to talk to folks about Jacob Mizorowski?
Mizorowski is obviously a big name in Major League Baseball right now. I saw him on the Pat McAfee show last week, and he's really grown up. He has really grown up, and I'm so proud of where he's come since he's left Green Valley. And, like you said, losing his senior year was devastating for all of us. But obviously he's turned that into, a big league career. I don't know where he's supposed to pitch. I know that Brian Driscoll, our head baseball coach, has taken the boys out to a game. They were all going to go out and was hoping he was going to pitch. I don't know what the story is on that, but nonetheless, they're going to all go out there and try to support him, whether he's pitching or not. But it's so exciting to watch him succeed at the level he's pitching at in the major leagues.
Speaking of Brian Driscoll, there's a guy that has just extended the great culture, the great success with the Eagles baseball team. I talk to Brian all the time, and I think he's as excited as the kids to go out and visit with Jacob this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. I think they made T-shirts and did the whole 9 yards. So we're going to have a bunch of Green Valley baseball kids out there with T-shirts with his picture on it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
They're supporting. We were hoping he was going to pitch on Thursday. I think he's probably going to pitch, unfortunately, the final game against Tampa Bay. So, like you said, he won't be in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, he'll still have a cheering section, even if he's not on the mound.
Flag football. Man, I covered a couple of Jason Fenstermaker's flag football games last year, and it was an instant love affair. And you look out there, and there's Madison Rust, and there's your star soccer player, and there's your star basketball player, there's your star volleyball player. How cool is it to see these girls embrace a new sport and have so much success their first year last year?
Well, I tell you, flag football's been awesome for our girls here at Green Valley High School. We've got roughly 80 kids that are playing right now, which blows my mind, by the way, that the program has, in the second year, has 80 girls out. And these are girls that, they didn't grow up playing it.
Sure.
Because they didn't have it. And so now you look at our community, our Little League has it, and they have girls teams in every grade level now. And this thing is going to grow exponentially. I mean, now, there will be some challenges as it becomes more of a recognized sport in the Missouri State High School Activities Association, because right now, we're really working around the soccer practices and the track practice. So we'll see what kind of impact it has when it becomes fully sanctioned and they're practicing every day after school. They may lose some of those star soccer players and track athletes, but right now we can't even we hardly have enough space for 80 girls. So it may not hurt us to eliminate some of that pressure on the numbers for our girls flag football team.
We talk about Randy Draper going from girls basketball to tennis, Andy Herbert going from boys basketball to golf, and boy, they're off to a great start.
Yeah, we've got some. I mean, since I've come to Green Valley, our golf community has really grown. We're competing at a high level with all the blue bloods of high school golf. We've got some good young kids that are shooting in the 70s and making me very jealous that these kids are shooting at the level that they're shooting. But they're doing amazing things there in our golf program, and we look forward to seeing what the year brings for them.
Track and field. I tell you what, I mean, these Green Valley boys and girls are getting after it and having a lot of, Brandon, you can talk about any team in spring, and you just know they're going to have success. Yeah, I mean, that's true to our coaches and the culture that they built. We have a culture of very high expectations, and every program at the start of the season expects to win and compete at a very high level. The same with track, We have a lot of kids back that had success at the state track meet last year, and, all over the track and on the field. So, it's just getting underway right now, but I expect them to continue their proud tradition. Well, and you look at track and field, Molly Jones, who was the Examiner's Player of the Year in softball, she and Madison Rust are just studs throwing the javelin, and Madison is playing flag football. They're just taking every advantage that the school, that the state, that Misha offers them.
Yeah, and Russ, he's probably the most competitive, not just, most competitive athlete. Not just the most competitive girl, but the most competitive athlete I think I've ever seen.
I agree.
She gets after it. And, I have to give kudos to our community and our school board for supporting the growth of not just the flag football, but the boys volleyball as well. Just adding new programs because it's obvious and evident that kids, they get a lot out of the extracurricular participation, and it just helps them in so many areas of their life. And to be a part of that team really, really adds to their high school experience.
Nobody does it better than Brandon Hart, the activities director at Green Valley High School. Brandon, we'll see what happens later in the week. I looked at the 10-day forecast, and it looks like it is going to be rainy, and the weather drop a little bit. The temperature's dropping, but I know you'll handle anything that happens at Green Valley. Thanks for joining us. You're the best.
Thank you, Bill. Enjoy, buddy.